Hello there, you wonderful people. I hope you're safe and I hope that you're well. Worrying. What if I fail? What about if I don't get the exam grades? What about if they don't answer my phone? What about if I've annoyed my friends? Boom, 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 boom. It can be overwhelming. It can be overpowering. It can just make us feel exhausted. So I've got some top tips to help you with those what if worries. What if worrying is massive and it can really get in the way of us living our life. Working as a psychodynamic counsellor, I'm very much about different strategies, but actually one of the strategies that I want to use today is known as cognitive behavioural therapy, CBT. And I really want us to face this particular worry of what if and using these particular skills in how you can better help yourself. So let's get on with this week's video. If you are somebody that's a born worrier, then you'll certainly know about what if worrying, and you'll certainly know about how you'll always take a negative situation. And even though you'll try your hardest to look for the silver lining, actually it's really hard because we've got all this what if worrying. The problem that I need you to recognise is that it's exhausting. Just bear in mind, you might not want to admit this, but actually sometimes worrying and being anxious, feeling overwhelmed can sometimes be a comforter. Hear me out. What often happens is that we're so used to feeling like this that actually it's really hard for us to imagine our life not like that, not having anything to worry about because I've always got something going on in my life. And actually sometimes I just want you to recognise that maybe that's because that's your comforter, because that's you and you know how to work best when you're on such high alert. Okay, so let's take that worry and let's try this particular technique with the what if. Now, if this isn't for you, then that's okay. There's loads of other videos here on YouTube or even on my own channel where there's different style kind of techniques with facing the worry. But with this one, we're going to take the worry, we're going to face it, and we're going to forward plan, okay? And with that forward planning, we are going to think of all the negative situations, okay? Because actually what we're going to do is we're going to kind of, rather than dismiss it, we're going to look at it. Now that might be easier for you or it might be harder for you than you think. So making a list of those worries. I would like you to face those worries, and those worries might be about events. It might be about life-changing events, which for you might be your exams, so you feel. It might be even tasks that you've been putting off. And by listing those worries, I want us to first of all acknowledge what they are. And then what I'd like us to do is I'd like us to actually realise that with some of those worries, what if, just face it that some of those worries won't happen. However, there is a small chance, being prepared like you are an organiser and you're facing this worry, is I want you to recognise, okay, what if it does happen? And the next step is key. The next step is then. Simple. Then. So you're taking a worry, what if, you're listing it, and then you're adding this word, then. Okay? And that's the most powerful word that I want you to face. Because then what we're doing is we are forward planning with what we could do if it was to happen, then I would. So let me give you some examples. If I did fail my exam, then I will have to look at different college options or sixth form options. If I do freak out about an end of topic test, then I'll need to remind myself of my calm coping strategies. And sometimes we just need to have that approach with kind of wrapping up that worrying. Once you've done that activity, it's about facing it yourself and recognising that no matter how much you worry about it, you will not be able to change the outcome. And actually what you're really seeking for is control. And that you can't actually achieve it in that particular situation because there are certain things that are outside our control. Another technique is also, as well as that what if and then, is to actually just remind yourself it's all about what is rather than what if. Don't forget the power of our brain is so unique, and we are up against it sometimes. But I promise you that if you can just try and take control of that anxiety, of your worrying, of you feeling overwhelmed now as young people, it will certainly help you in the future. I'm not saying that this is the best technique for you, but it's just about finding out which one works for you. So there you have it. Make sure that when you are doing that what if and then, or what is rather than what if techniques, is just use that with self-compassion and be kind to yourself, because this is already going through so much. So yeah, just make sure that you're being kind to yourself. You're an amazing person. You're doing the very best that you can out of the situations, and that actually you really are awesome. See you next week, everybody. Bye.